Hey, it's Tango Oscar Mike. I'm out in the backyard. No antenna comparison this time. I'm just out here playing with the BuddiHex. Before I do that, I want to address some of the comments in a couple of the other videos I made. One of the comments was with the Poda Performer. They said, oh, he's comparing the BuddiHex to a vertical that can't be aimed, or I can't remember the comment, to a vertical. And the Poda Performer, the claim to fame with the Poda Performer is that it has like a 4 to 6 dB gain front to back, and I had it pointed west. And somebody else said, well, he's not rotating the BuddiHex in the direction of the signal for the stronger signal, and that's true. I wasn't. I live in Western Pennsylvania. If I point the antenna west, I cover most of the United States. The antenna is not a knife edge. It's a wide beam. The further it goes out, the further it covers. And if you look at the picture of the contacts I made, it kind of shows that. Plus, if you want to rotate the BuddiHex, they said, well, he's not rotating it. I usually would cut that out anyhow because you got to get up, go over to the BuddiHex, and this is the crank handle from the tripod, but very similar on the BuddiHex. You go over there and you crank this little handle and turn the beam left or right. So I wasn't rotating the beam. As I mentioned, if you want to rotate the BuddiHex, you have to go over, there's a little crank handle and you turn it. Buddy Pool said, I think it was 2 years ago, one of the inventions, go look, there's lots of videos. They were coming out with a wireless rotator for the BuddiHex. But it hasn't come out yet. I haven't seen anything on it. The plans are available online. If you go to Printables, it's a 3D printing site. There's all the pieces and components you have to print. They give you a list of items for you to build. And I did look into that, and because some of the items you can only buy in bulk, so instead of just buying one, you've got to buy 6 of them, little circuit cards, custom circuit boards, everything else. When I priced it out, it was going to be, I think, about $180. Somebody said that they would be able to build me one for about $160. I followed up with them a couple of times. I think they just kind of forgot about it, or just too busy, or just didn't want to do it. So that one, it had a web interface. You put a magnetometer on the BuddiHex, so it actually knows which way it's pointing, and you bring up a web interface, you connect through Wi-Fi, and you tap the screen or click on the screen the heading that you want the antenna to rotate to, which is great. It has prevention, so it doesn't rotate past 180, so it doesn't do, just keep going around in one direction. Your coax gets tangled and everything else. I bought a wireless forward and reverse polarity switch. So here's the remote, and the antenna is rotating. Stop it and rotate it the other way. Oh, rotate it the other way. So when you activate this, if you don't stop it, it will keep going around, wind your coax up in a knot, and you'll have a mess. You'll probably break your antenna. So that's something you have to be aware of. So this antenna isn't a set it and forget it. This rotator isn't a set it and forget it type of rotator. It doesn't give you any indication of which directions it's pointing. You have to visually watch and say, okay, I want that antenna to point west, or I want that antenna to point south. So my suggestion would be, when you set it up, maybe put a bag or something in front of the antenna to indicate north or west, or whichever direction you'll be pointing most often. It means that if I'm sitting here working radio and I work somebody out west, and then somebody in Alabama or Florida comes online, I don't have to get up, go over, crank the antenna, come back. It also means too that I can watch on the radio and watch the signal come up and see if I'm in the right area as well, you know, I should be able to see the signal come up if they're talking as I rotate the antenna. This is the motor. This is a 80 RPM DC worm drive motor. Get off of there, dang lantern flies. So this is how it comes. Obviously, it's not waterproof or anything like that, but usually you're not going to use this out in the rain. And I 3D printed this, and it's a little tight, but I'll take it off. So there's this adapter plate and the drive nut in here. Like I said, it just replaces this crank handle, but it fits on there nice and snug. Rotate it down. This is the switch box that I bought. If you want, I'll put a link down there. It says it's RF, it's 433 megahertz. And supposedly this does have some encoding, so just transmitting on 433 megahertz won't break it. I have a little power extension, and I have like I said, I have the watt meter down here that I was watching on. And again, if I look at this, see what the peak was, 10 watts peak, 2 watt hours, 0.76 amps peak. So 760 milliamps. Parts came in today. I already 3D printed. I did have to adjust this 3D print. I had a hell of a time getting it to fit onto the shaft. I had to increase this by about 104, the shaft by about 104%, but then it wouldn't fit in the slot, and I had to actually go in and use a 3D modeling editor to kind of change the dimensions a little bit. But it works, and now I can use it, and I can rotate the antenna without touching it. I did start it rotating from the other side of the yard. I did try it over there, and it worked pretty good. Like I said, pretty good distance away from it. So, November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
Park on the air, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot, Park on the air.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
Park on the air, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot, Park on the air. Charlie Foxtrot, Park on the air.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
09, Charlie Foxtrot, Sticky Park on the air.
Now, you ain't hear me. FN76. So I'm going to go to my other app. So I tried calling this guy a couple of times, and according to this, he's directly behind me. So let's rotate the antenna around. It says Canada. So why is it directly? Let's turn. Wrong button.
November Lima 7 Victoria. November Lima 7 Victoria, 5 and 9, 59. 5 and 2, Stu 52. Yeah, that's the exact opposite than Mike does. Mike goes 3-3. You're louder than him, but I'm eager up here for you than I was for him. Well, thank you very much, and have fun there. Thanks again for a park. 7-3, mate. Take care. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot, Parks on the air.
So I'm rotated around. See if I can.
Parks on the air, CQ, Parks on the air, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot, Parks on the air.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
Roger, roger.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra, 59, 59.
5-9 from Pennsylvania. Thanks for the activation.
Thank you, 7-3, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot, Parks on the air.
So I just kind of proved it. It was pointed west. I called him several times. I didn't get him. I turned the antenna 180 once I realized, once I got the heading of where he was, and I made contact on the first call. So there's a station in Texas calling, but the antenna is facing the wrong way. I'm going to rotate it back, and we should hear him come up.
Roger, I'll copy Kilo Golf 6, November Yankee Echo, Jerry.
There it is.
Roger, it seems like I'm doing good back east because I had you a 5-9 at my park as well. Roger, Roger. Well, thanks again for home. 73.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
November 3, just hold on a second, please.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra, QSL.
QSL, I have you at about a 5-5 into Pennsylvania.
Roger, Roger. I have you 5-7 in the US 2998.
QSL, thanks for the contact. 73, have a great time.
What state was that? I'm sorry.
Pennsylvania.
Roger, Roger. Thanks again.
Roger, 73.
Blake, other station, come back. Hey, appreciate it, buddy. Have a great evening.
This is Arkansas.
Kilo Italy 5, Golf Tango Romeo, Parks on the air.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra, good signal, man. 5-9, Tom. To all three trails, 7435, Niner 161, 37, Niner 1.
QSL, got you 5-9 here into Pennsylvania. Thanks for the contact.
Hey, you bet. Good signal, Tom. Have a great evening.
7-3. Somebody, this is the person in Barbados. I'm pointed due south.
Delta Alpha, having flight 4, over. Flight 9, Whiskey Victor, QSL. 7-3.
November 3, Whiskey Sierra. November 3, Whiskey Sierra. November 3, Whiskey Sierra. November 3, Whiskey Sugar. November 3, Whiskey Sugar.
November 2, Whiskey Kilo, have you flight 1, over.
Negative. November 3, Whiskey Sugar. November 3, Whiskey Sierra.
Copy, November 3, Whiskey Sierra, flight 1, Barbados, over.
QSL, I'll give you a 5-4 into Pennsylvania.
Copy the flight 4 into Pennsylvania. Hope you have a great evening at
7-3.
7-3.
Barbados on 5 watts. I'll never claim to be an expert. I'm still learning. Like I said, this getting a buddy pole has been an eye-opening experience for me. Doing the A-B switch between 2 antennas at the same time. And that's what's made the biggest difference to me, is comparing 2 antennas at a time. And I did this before with dipoles and end feds. And the dipole was always just a little bit louder, but the end fed was so easy to set up, I stuck with end feds. And then I started messing with verticals, and there are times where one antenna works better than the other. It's just the way it is. Using an antenna like this has spoiled me. I'll say that. And the rotator's working. You saw I could rotate and signals would come up. You know, if you rotate in the correct direction. I'm just using an app on my phone to give me the heading off the grid square, and you know, it works. You can eyeball it. It doesn't have to be exact. You eyeball it and you're going to get it, and it's working, and I'm happy. And this whole thing for the motor and the wireless controller, for those 2 parts, not including, I put power poles on everything, so there's a little bit of money there for power poles. But other than that, I already had a battery, but I probably spent about $55 on that rotator for the BuddiHex that I can control with a key fob. It came with 2 of them, and you know, saves me from getting up and going over there, cranking it and trying to listen to the radio. I hope everybody gets something out of the video, even if it's a little bit of knowledge. And my only thought would be, if you're going to criticize somebody, at least be constructive in your criticism. Give them some tips. I've gotten some great comments before on things that I've done wrong, and I take it to heart. If you want to see something, comment. Say, hey, I'd like to see you do this, or hey, you missed this in the review. What do you think about this? I've done that on video reviews. Hey, how much does that weigh altogether? This is Tango Oscar Mike saying 73, take care, get out there, enjoy some radio, even if it's in your backyard. Go have some fun. Take care.